Make sure you're buying the Aztec fan in your life a gift from our online shop at sonsofmontezuma.com. From our custom hats and tees to our flannels, hoodies, and beanies for those chilly nights, and all of our Aztec NIL merchandise of your favorite player. But you've got to order fast. Production and shipping time starts only as fast as you can click the buy button. Get red and black this holiday season at sonsofmontezuma.com.
All right, let's try this one more time. What's going on, Aztec Nation? It is the Sons of Montezuma Podcast. I'm your host, Mateo. You can find me at Mateo San Diego. I'm joined with my co-host here, SD Sports Fiend. How are you doing, Fiend?
I'm doing really well, man. Really glad to be here. It's all about this guy.
Yes, sir. We want to thank all you guys for joining this special Micah Parrish episode. I want to say a big Merry Christmas to you and your family, and thank you for joining us, Micah. Glad to have you here, making the time for us, man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
It's a wonderful time on the Mesa. The Aztecs are off to a hot start. You and the guys are headed out to Spokane very soon to play Gonzaga. And, you know, the out-of-conference schedule is about to come to an end, and we're going to get into some Mountain West play. How are you feeling and looking towards this game against Gonzaga, man?
Yeah, I'm excited. I know my team is excited to play them, going up there and playing them at their place. So, I mean, we played some tough road games so far, so it's just gonna be another test for us. So I'm excited.
Talk about road games, man. Talk about some real fun road games. We were out there for the UCSD game and didn't make it out to Grand Canyon, but you know, I think you guys are battle tested and ready for this one.
For sure, yeah, definitely battle tested.
So if you guys have been paying attention, you understand we have an NIL partnership with Micah Parrish. You can find his official merchandise at sonsofmontezuma.com. Make sure you guys are supporting him and the shop and all of our student athletes that we have at San Diego State. And man, we're excited, but we want to get to know you. I know everybody wants to get to know a little bit more of your background, what brought you here to San Diego State and part of the Aztecs program by way of Detroit, Michigan. Tell us about your journey, man. Like, how did you even get to state? Like, who recruited you? How did that go down?
Man, to be honest, I don't know how I got here. So I got here, so I think I was on a visit. I might have been at West Virginia at the time on a visit, and I got a call from one of the coaches. I can't remember, but I remember it was Dutcher was on the phone, and I talked to Dutcher for a little bit. And I think by that time he set up a visit to come out here. So I think it was a visit after my Michigan State. After Michigan State came, and then I came down here. So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know anything much about the team or the coaches, but when I came out here, it was a family atmosphere. It made me feel at home, away from home. So I felt like it was the right choice with the great teammates and the great coaching staff. So that's how I ended up here.
I remember we heard about him when we were at the banquet, and the coaches said that they had a recruit who was flying in, and we were like, who is this mystery guy, right? So we're all checking social media, trying to find out none other than Micah Parrish. And
I think you called it too.
Yeah. And so we were really excited when we landed. We knew we needed a wing, someone who could shoot from outside and could play good defense, and that's definitely what you brought to the table. And so and I think all of us were really excited that you were choosing to become an Aztec.
You literally broke it on Twitter. I think you really did.
I did.
You put it out there, and everybody was saying, Fiend called it. He called it. And we didn't really even know who you were exactly. Did the research, saw all the Michigan State fans on YouTube, like, talking trash about the Aztecs, because why would you choose San Diego State over, like, Michigan State? I mean, why did you choose San Diego State over Michigan State?
Man, like I said, it was the family atmosphere. I feel like I have a better chance here achieving my goals after basketball and with basketball coming here. So that's one of the reasons why I chose here.
I mean, we were talking about it, just the opportunities out here in San Diego, being out here in this, lively community with everything going on out here.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us about your upbringing out there in Detroit, because one of the first guests that we had on the podcast, shout out to Michael Brunker. I don't know if you're familiar with Michael Brunker. You talk about a Detroit guy, was an associate coach with the Aztecs back like in the 80s. Where do you play? Detroit Mercy University, I think they were called, right? Yeah. So made his way out to San Diego as an assistant coach and never left.
Yeah.
Just fell in love with San Diego as a community. And, now he's ingrained, like I said, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to Mike Brunker. Just awesome guy. So tell us about Detroit a little bit. Like, where'd you go to school? Where'd you play? All that good stuff.
So, yeah, I know bouncing around a couple high schools out of Detroit. I ended up leaving Detroit, moving to Ipsy, and then I ended up going back to school in Detroit, Southwest Detroit, to exact. So I went to Camp Preparatory, then I went to Lincoln. Ipsy Lincoln. That's where I might know Ipsy Lincoln from Monty Bates. He played at Ipsy Lincoln, and then I went to River Rulers for my last 2 years. So I mean, just going back there, it just felt right. Honestly, being there. How I wanted to play, it was my team, high school team, was really big on defense. So that's, I think, where I got my defensive mindset from, being there. And then end up going to prep school in Arizona and have to leave again, Detroit again. So
Wow.
I mean, I've been back and forth from Detroit, Ipsy, and Phoenix and things like that. So I mean, when I get to go back, and when I got the chance to go back and play Oakland, I got to play Detroit Mercy a couple times. My first game ever was versus Detroit Mercy. So I mean, it's exciting. I love home. There's no place like it, but I also love San Diego. So it's no place like San Diego either. So yeah.
Why do you say that? What's about San Diego? Never mind the program, but just about the city, the vibe, the culture, all that stuff.
I love the culture of San Diego. I love the people. That's the first thing. I love the people. Then I love the weather. Definitely my second favorite. But the people, it's just a different vibe here. It's just everybody's just different, so loving, just so welcoming. So I can't thank San Diego enough for welcoming me here.
Is this a place that you'd want to live, like, after your basketball career is over?
Oh,
you
yeah,
think? Yeah,
definitely. They got to lower the prices a little bit, but yeah, definitely. It's somewhere definitely where I would want to live.
Yeah. How was your recruiting out of high school? I know it was Oakland. Like, how many offers did you have out of high school?
So I didn't really have any. I had a D2 offer, Northwood Universities in Michigan, close to Upper Peninsula, and then I had Wheeling Jesuit D2 offer, and I had Detroit Mercy, but they ended up taking my offer. So I didn't really have any offers coming straight out of high school, and then I went prep school, and then during prep school, I had a couple teams interested. I had a couple teams want me to walk on, like Northern Arizona wanted me to walk on, something like that. But then COVID happened, so I didn't really have anything. So I went back home not knowing what was next, and then I get a call from Oakland, and they want me to have like a day to accept the offer. So that's how I ended up at Oakland. Yeah, so that was a crazy moment. I just got to thank God for getting me here. I didn't think I was going to be at San Diego or be national champs or anything like that. So I like to thank God for the place He put me in.
That's an amazing story. I mean, just the humbleness of those beginnings,
Yeah.
And really, I mean, like, you didn't know if you were going to just be, walking on to some school or if you were going to get a scholarship. And now look at you, you got a full ride to San Diego State, like you said, played in a national championship game, and you're on a national stage, which you can use to showcase, your skills to, the scouts and the pros. And so what an amazing journey that you've had.
Definitely, yeah.
I love the podcast you did with your boys back at Oakland.
Yeah,
I mean, that was incredible. Like, has it sunk in for you? Because I know in that episode you were talking how, like, it really hasn't even sunk in these last, for now, like these last 6 to 9 months, going to the Final Four, going to the championship now. I mean, now that the new season has started, has it even really sunk in yet?
I really haven't crossed my mind just because the new season has started. We got
just going.
Yeah, just gotta build something up for this year and make it back to national championship this year. So it really haven't really crossed my mind as much trying to win this year. So
how fun was it going back to Detroit after that experience, though? Going back home, sharing it with friends and family, and just kind of reliving those memories with them.
Man, it was exciting. Going back home, going to runs, and everybody was like, I was watching you on TV, all this. So I mean, I feel like I just gave hope to some of the people in the community that if I did it, you can do it too. So man, that was probably the biggest takeaway I got from that moment right there. So yeah, I'm definitely happy that I got to go back there and share with them.
Well, one of the things that I guess I was a little concerned about coming into this year, and we know you can shoot from the outside. We know you're a good 3-point shooter last year, but you weren't shooting at an elite level like Adam Seiko, or as far as like the percentages, right? We've had some really elite shooters like Seiko, Jordan Shackle, and you come out this year and you're actually better than them, like percentage wise. I mean, you're shooting lights out, and knock on wood, that's gonna carry throughout the year. So, is this something that you knew you could get to? And is there anything that you did differently, maybe in the off season, to train for it?
I mean, I want to say thank you to you first, calling me a shooter. I don't think I'm a shooter. I think I'm just a basketball player. I just get buckets. Honestly, shooting has never really been. Look over my past couple of years, even my freshman sophomore year, I wasn't really a shooter. I was shooting about 35%. I mean, that's decent, but I was always going to the rim, going to the paint. So I was never really a shooter, I guess. But I mean, it's hard to compare to Jordan Shackle and Adam when Adam was shooting 50% at a certain point last year. But even then, last year, I feel like I did good enough before I hurt my hand and things like that. In the tournament, I was shooting 40% throughout the year. Then tournament, I hurt my hand, so I know that dropped my percentage a lot lower. But I always know I can shoot how I'm shooting now. I know I put a lot of work in after my freshman year to get better on my shot, and it's been showing every year. So I mean, I just put a lot of work in. That's all I can say about that. It's not nothing. Growing up, I was never considered a shooter. I never thought I was a shooter. I just know I could put the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
So, man, that's.
And I heard you talking about it in that episode. Like you were used to backing down guys on the post or taking it to the rim and having to kind of fit into the role of Aztec basketball. Like you're just doing what's expected of you and what's asked of you.
Yeah, that's really what it was. I'm just doing whatever helps the team win. So last year I felt like I had to take a lot more threes. It wasn't enough space for me to get in the paint and things like that, show off my athleticism and things like that. So, I mean, this year I feel like I'm doing a lot more. I'm doing a lot more going to the basket, driving, getting more free throws, and I'm shooting. So I feel like everybody get to see my game a lot more.
I think your shot selection is great too. This year, you're taking like really good shots that are open, and that's why you're shooting 46% and just tearing up that hoop, that net. It's been awesome to watch, and we just, I mean, one of the things that comes out that really shows for you on the floor is that enthusiasm, right, and that energy. You always bring that energy, and it's just awesome to watch, and I'm sure that must have an effect on your teammates.
Yeah, so we talk about setting the tone, and I'm like the tone setter. So I feel like the teammates, they come off of me. I'm like the leader, emotional leader, one of those leaders on the team that, all right, we got to bring it. If I'm not bringing it, I don't have a good practice. We probably not going to have a good practice, and we're not going to have a good game. So that's something I got to do every game, every moment with the team. I got to set the tone. So that's something we joke about, being a tone setter. So yeah, we got to set the tone. So I'll be able to set the tone.
It's real. I mean, we got those shirts. Everybody's got a little dog in them. We took that quote exactly from you. So noticing that vocal leadership, that energy, it goes a long ways, man. It goes a long ways. Yeah. But that dog energy that we've been seeing in the paint, I mean, we've been cutting up all the clips and the highlights. I mean, what do you attribute that to? Like, does that come from your playing days in Detroit? Does it come to just whatever's needed at that moment in time? I mean, I love this quote from Grant Hill, Detroit Piston at one point in time. And he was saying, to be great, there's no kind of about it. It's like you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to dare to be great. You kind of have to just really put yourself out there. No apologies, no excuse me's, but you just have to do it. You have to go for it. What do you attribute that to, man? What we've been seeing?
Man, I gotta say, my family, my mom and dad, they ain't raised me to be soft. Man, I didn't get nothing easy growing up. My brothers and sisters for sure didn't let me have anything easy. So, I mean, I just think it's that. My family was a big part of me in playing basketball. I'm one of the basketball players. I feel like I'm the reason why my younger brother and younger sister started playing basketball, honestly. Okay. So, man, I mean, I feel like they the reason why I'm like this, honestly. Like, they really raised me not to be soft. They raised me to play hard every time I'm on the court. My dad says that every time. Play hard, no matter if the game is blown out or it's close. Just play hard. Just go out there and play hard. So, I mean, that's something I just take to heart, knowing that I'm doing not doing it not just for me, for them, in the community of San Diego, in the community at home. So that's something I just take out on the court every day.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk a little bit about family. Tell us a little bit about how many siblings you got, or, you know, the
I
whole
got,
dynamic.
I got 5. I got a younger brother, younger sister, and I got 2 older sisters, and an
Okay.
older brother and a niece now from my older brother. So yeah, that's great. My little sister plays at Chicago State,
Okay.
and my younger brother plays at NIA for Rochester. So um, yeah, my older brothers and sisters, they didn't really play basketball. It was just my older sister played in high school, but she wasn't. She was just there playing. So I mean, I got to see a little bit of high school, but I'm really the first person to go through the AAU system, going to college and things like that. So I mean, just a blessing, honestly.
Yeah. Big example for them. So did everybody grow up Pistons fans? How does that work? I know you're a big Detroit Lions fan. We were talking about that a minute ago.
Yeah, for sure, Detroit Lions fan. I mean, I was a Pistons fan when they was winning championships and things like that. With Chauncey Billups, Rick Hamilton, Ben Wallace, and all them. I remember Ben Wallace came to my school. Detroit Ellis, West, Detroit. He came to my school. I always remember him coming to my school, so that was big for me as a kid, seeing him as a kid. So that's also funny that I just remembered that. But yeah, I was a Detroit Pistons fan. Now, not really. I'm more of a Lions fan than anything. But growing up, I'd say my Cavs was probably my favorite. Then the Lakers was my older brother and my dad, and Heat was my younger brother, just because he loved D-Wade, I love LeBron, and they love Kobe so much. So it was a little always in-house little rivalry kind of. So that's always funny.
I know Fiend is a Chicagoland guy. The Bulls is his team. Those teams, those bad boy Piston team back in the day.
Those were some brawls. I mean, Jordan rules was no joke.
Yeah.
And for me, I mean, Jordan is the GOAT. I mean, he'll always be the GOAT. I know there's some controversy over that, but no, it was exciting to watch those Pistons and, you know, the Chicago teams growing up, because, you know, if you're from the Midwest, you know, it's kind of a lunch pail mentality, right? It's that suit up, go to work, that blue collar work ethic, you know, and that's kind of what it's all about, you know. And it's one of the things that I mean, I love about you is just, you know, your just your work ethic, how hard you know, you really, I mean, everyone on the team. I mean, it just seems like a mindset, and maybe that just comes from Dutch, and, you know, laid down from Coach Fisher, you know, being from the Midwest as well. But it's just very kind of you know, just workmanlike, very workmanlike, you know, and no egos, you know, check your ego at the door. And so yeah, we've had a tremendous amount of success to San Diego State. And one of the things, you know, about you is, well, and really the team, we've had so many close wins, right, in the last couple of years, and you've had, you know, 2 game winners, you know, and it seems like you guys live for those moments. You live for that big stage. You live for
Irvine.
Well, I mean, but those big moments where you got to pull it out, right? And take those big tough shots. Not everyone wants to take those shots, right?
I mean, even throughout my college career, I mean, I took a lot of shots. I'm game winners. I made a lot. I missed some game winners too. Funny one, I missed the game winner back in my old school at Oakland. It was out of bounds play, lob, comes to me, catch it, have it right off the glass. I just try to throw in the hoop, in and out. But it's funny, I took the game to overtime off of 2 free throws at the end of the game. So man, I missed game winners. I made game winners. So I mean, it just doesn't faze me. Every time I shoot the ball, I think it's going in. Or every time I make a play, I think it's going to go in. So I think that's kind of the reason why I'm so comfortable taking those shots at the end of the game.
You gotta want that moment.
Yeah.
I know you said you guys watch just a amazing amount of film study.
Yeah, definitely.
So with all the film study, do you end up watching the pro game, you know, differently now, or, you know, from the pro game, maybe growing up, or even now? I mean, who do you try to pattern your game off of, or who do you see yourself kind of emulating at all?
Yeah, that's always a tough question when somebody asks me that, because I can see myself a little bit in everybody, especially a lot of the 3D guys. So, I mean, I had a great, I would say, role model in my eyes. In my old school, Jamal Kane, he came here. He came there for a year, and then he played for the Miami Heat now. So I got to see him go through this whole process, coming from Marquette to a smaller school, and then dominating, and then the work ethic he put in. I'm there in the gym with him every day, watching him and seeing what he's doing now. So I just think that was big for me. knowing that I can do it, seeing him do it, because I was putting the same amount of work in, if not even more, with him in the gym. So I mean, that's something I can see myself doing, just a role like him, or just any 3-and-D guy or player on a team that's trying to help the team win. I mean, it's hard to really give one player that I feel like I can pat on my game after.
Do you see life after basketball differently as well after going through this whole national championship run? I mean, has that changed your plans or your scope on anything, or you pretty much have a good grasp? It seems like you have a really good grasp on like reality of the situation and basketball, what it can do for you.
Yeah, I always had a plan, but it's always God's plan at the end of the day. So yeah, I got a plan, but God has the plan. He got the ultimate plan. So I mean, I just try to follow through my faith every day, and I just try to keep working on my game, do the things I can do to control my outcome, honestly. So that's why I don't really overthink it or anything like that. I just go day by day.
And I'm sure it's cool seeing other guys, like other teammates, Aztec teammates now, like, okay, you know, I think we saw Nathan Menz getting some run with the Hornets again. And, you know, other guys playing overseas, like it's a journey, you know, and you don't really know. And, you know, I love that. It's God's plan. Wherever your journey is going to take you after your days on the Mesa, it's like, okay, you know what your plan is, and just keep focused to that.
It's a grind. I mean, it's the grind, and you guys are committed to it. And, you know, that's why you guys have that success, not only in college, but then, you know, through your pro career, because you've developed those habits, you know, and you guys are willing to outwork anyone. So we know that about San Diego State basketball players. And so, yeah, it's been fun watching you play the last couple of years, man. We've really been excited to have you on our team, and it was kind of fun watching you, just going back to the Michigan State podcaster who was crying about Michigan State putting all their eggs in a Micah Parrish basket and getting that basket ripped out from him. We had a lot of fun with that, but you know, we've definitely had a really good time with you here.
It's wonderful to see it come full circle, not knowing who Micah Parrish was, and now get to sit and get to learn who you are. So tell us, like, real, maybe serious question. What does Micah Parrish believe in? Like, what are you about? You know, what are the priorities in your life, or what do you put first in your life, priority wise? What do you believe in, man?
I feel like God is always first. Put God first, and family. But I feel like you can't get anything without hard work. You got to work every day. That's something I believe in. If you don't put the work in, you won't get anything out of it. So just putting the work in and just staying true to your faith. I mean, good things gonna happen, bad things are gonna happen, but you gotta stay the course. That's something my old coach would say. Stay the course. I just try to stay the course through the ups and downs. No matter how high I can get or how low you can get, just stay even keeled. Not try to show too much emotion, although I haven't been doing a good job of that recently. But yeah, try to be even keeled. Try to let nobody knock you off your frame, honestly.
Okay, so should we ask
we gotta ask this question.
Because you hit the game winner against Irvine the second time. You want to ask, or should I ask?
You can ask.
Obviously, AG was pulling you over back into the huddle. I mean, what were you saying? What were you saying in that moment out there loud?
We gotta know.
You know.
Man, some things were said from the coaching staff. I'm not gonna repeat about me, but you know, I just got the last laugh, honestly. So, I mean, like I said, just gotta thank God that I'm in that position. Honestly, I talked to my dad about it. He, he had something to say. He thought it was pretty funny. He had said something in his faith. So I mean, it all comes full circle, honestly. So I just had to say real things.
You can't talk trash to the guy that beat you on the last second shot last year,
and
then does it again. Like,
but I like how you did it. I like how you handled it. Like, you waited till the game was over. So like, the game's final, right? You can't get another tee. You can't get kicked out. Like, you waited.
Crazy. I got that tee. I didn't know why I got it, but I don't want to bring it up. I might get mad. That was crazy. That was probably the worst tee I ever got. That was crazy. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think you guys have all said it. We've said it. We know everybody's, bringing their A game this year after making the national championship run. So, I mean, it's just, the rest of the season is yet to show itself, and what more craziness is going to happen in this Mountain West Conference schedule. But, I know you guys are prepared. We'll be prepared. We're going to be there in Albuquerque for sure at the pit.
Sure,
So I'm
gotta
looking
be
forward
there.
to that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so this is a Christmas episode. What does Micah Parrish eat in the Parrish household around holiday time? What's like the meal?
So my dad's birthday is on January 1st. So we always do
Oh.
a seafood boil. I'm actually missing this year. Man, I'm sick about it. But yeah, we always do a seafood boil. We a big seafood. Love crab
What's in
legs.
there? What's in there?
Crab legs, sometimes lobster tails, shrimp, sausages, boiled eggs, potatoes, corn. Man, I'm missing it.
It sounds like what we got after they won the Mountain West Championship.
We were there
That's what
in
we did,
Vegas celebrating the Mountain West Championship. It was his birthday around his time. And we said, we're right there on the strip. We're going to go get it.
Where did y'all go? Because it's a place in
yeah.
Vegas.
Hot and juicy crawfish.
Hot and juicy.
Yes,
Yeah,
we were right there
Been to Hot and Juicy.
celebrating.
Hot and juicy is really good.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Definitely.
We'll have to do that again. We'll have to do that. We'll invite
Yeah.
you guys in the team out.
Yeah.
The championship. Do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So growing up in Detroit, like what is a Detroit food, like specific to Detroit?
That's what I was trying to find out.
Well, we got soul food. We got a Mexican town. Detroit has a lot.
You guys have a Mexican town?
Yeah, we got a Mexican town. We got a Mexican town.
I went to Motown. I did not see a Mexican town. I went to the Motown house, but I did not see a Mexican town.
We got a Mexican town. It's actually, Mexican food is really good. People be so surprised until we got a Mexican town, but
Detroit Mexican food, San Diego Mexican food. Come on, man. What do you eat out there in Mexican town?
Same thing I eat out here in San Diego. It's not much different. I would say San Diego just because we're so close to the border.
Yeah.
I feel like it's different. You get different type of Mexican food made. I say that. But it's literally the same. Almost the same. So we get a lot of soul food. But
What's up with that pizza, man? They got like is it a pan pizza?
Detroit, you got a deep dish pizza. And I think one thing I will say, Little Caesars from Detroit tastes way different from out here.
Really?
It tastes way different. I don't know why it tastes better in Detroit, but out here it don't really taste as good. So
You get the pan or the
No, I just get the regular with garlic parmesan, extra garlic parmesan cheese. Yeah, that's what I get.
Okay.
It don't taste the same.
We're learning the Little Caesars.
I
Little
get
Caesars. You got to get an NIL.
NIL.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think we made that happen with Lamont with the whole, what was it? The sandwich?
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey
Yeah.
Mike's.
I saw something happen.
Yeah.
Little Caesars.
Yeah, because he came on the pod, he talked about it, and then he got the NIL deal.
That's funny.
Yeah, so Little Caesars, if you're listening,
Yeah, that's funny.
hook Mike up over here.
For sure. Little Caesars, hey, I need it.
I mean, even if it's just like free pizza, right?
Oh yeah.
Although you said that free
Heck yeah.
pizza is nice.
I eat it still.
Yeah.
Well, they say all pizza is good pizza. There's no
That's
such
true.
thing as bad
That's
pizza.
true.
So, you obviously see the T-shirt that SD Sports Fiend is got on right now. The Motor City Bad Boy Parrish. What do you think about the gear we have with you, man?
Hey man, it's fire. I love it. I love it. I love it. Man. I see my dad wearing one of my shirts. I mean, it's crazy. I love them.
Very
I
cool.
appreciate y'all for that. That's amazing.
Well, we got more items on the way, of course.
Sure.
Posters, T-shirts, got hats. Gonna get some more things coming up. I think some socks. Every baller needs some socks.
Some sauce. I like that.
So we're gonna get those kicked up for you guys. All you guys watching, make sure you're supporting the shop and Micah Parrish. Anything you want to say to any of your friends back home? I know you're not heading back there during the season, so
I don't got nothing to say.
watch me on TV. Watch what I'm gonna do next. Well, we are looking forward to seeing what you're gonna do next, and the Aztecs as a team. And Micah, we appreciate you sitting down these couple minutes and joining us.
Yes, sir, appreciate y'all for having
Yeah,
me.
thank you, man. I mean, you guys have just brought us so much joy. I
Yes.
mean, these last couple of years have just been such a ride for Aztec basketball, and for I mean that trip to the Final Four just blew my mind, and I mean, I hope we can do it again, but I'm just grateful that we got to go, and just grateful for everything you guys do.
Micah, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Thank you.
Sir.
All right.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
And that's going to do it for this special episode with SDSU basketball star Micah Parrish. You can show your support directly to Micah by purchasing any of his official NIL apparel and merchandise at sonsofmontezuma.com. Thank you again, Aztec Nation, for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you are watching on YouTube. And from all of us here, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and yours. Until next time, sonsofmontezuma.com. Go Aztecs.
Go Aztecs.
Isaiah, come here. Isaiah's 6 years old today. We're going to sing you happy birthday, and I'm going to start it out. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Isaiah. Happy birthday to you.
We appreciate you supporting the Micah Parrish NIL collection.
The best part.
You on 3, family on 6.
Sounds fantastic, right?
You on 3, family on 6.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Two.
4, 5, 6.
Bam.
5, 6.